Welcome back to the deep dive. We help you get smart, fast, about the info that counts.
That's right.
Today, we're looking at a document you shared, Navigating the AI Frontier. It really zeroes in on AI's growing role in schools and jobs.
Yeah, it tackles a pretty critical question.
Our mission. To unpack this tension, the author highlights, AI is booming, but how are schools actually dealing with it? And, what's that mean for people heading into the workforce?
And it starts with a personal angle, which I found interesting. The author returned to studies, identifies as neurodivergent,
Right.
and found AI like a really helpful learning partner. And it makes it less abstract somehow.
Absolutely, it grounds the whole thing. And this personal story plays out against, well, incredibly fast change.
Mm-hmm.
The document points to Stanford's AI index. This corporate AI use jumped from 55% in 2023 to, nearly 80% projected by the end of 2024.
Almost 80%. It's huge. Think
Yeah.
about the impact: healthcare, finance, marketing.
Logistics, yeah.
It's everywhere.
So the big question is higher education keeping up? That's the dilemma, right? The author lays out these two camps in education.
Yeah, you've got some schools hitting the brakes, banning AI, mostly worried about cheating, plagiarism.
Understandable concerns.
Definitely. But then others are trying to figure out, okay, how do we integrate this stuff responsibly?
So it's fear versus figuring it out.
Kind of, yeah. That's the central conflict explored.
Okay, let's talk about the bans first. The document seems pretty skeptical. What's the main argument against just prohibiting it?
Well, the big issue is banning doesn't make it disappear. It just pushes it underground.
Right, so students still use it, but maybe sneakily.
Exactly. And they miss the chance to learn how to use these tools well, ethically. It limits their tech literacy.
Which is becoming less optional these days.
It really is. They're walking into jobs where AI knowledge isn't just a bonus, it's often expected. A ban kind of handicaps them, potentially.
And you mentioned the author's personal experience. That links back here too, especially regarding neurodiversity.
It really does. For some neurodivergent students, these AI tools aren't just gadgets, they're vital support.
How so?
Things like helping with organization, breaking down complex info, adapting to different learning styles. AI can offer personalized help. So if you have a blanket ban, you might be taking away really valuable accommodations for those students. The author found AI genuinely helpful.
That's a really important point. So if banning isn't the solution, what does the document lean towards? It mentioned balanced AI policies. What does that look like in practice?
It's about being proactive, not reactive. Building frameworks that teach and encourage ethical, transparent AI use.
So not just if you use AI, but how.
Precisely. Equipping students not just with the tech skills, but also the critical thinking to navigate it all. Knowing its limits, bias.
How to cite it properly, maybe?
Yeah, things like that. Understanding where it fits, how to use it as a tool, not a crutch. It's about preparing them for society, really, an AI-integrated society.
And the author walks the talk.
Yeah.
They mentioned using AI for the document itself.
They do. They're upfront about using tools, I think it was ChatGPT, for brainstorming, structure, refining language.
Synthesizing research, too.
Yeah, that as well. But, and this is key, they stress the final thoughts, the critical analysis, the ethical angle. That was all them.
So AI as an assistant, not the author.
Exactly. It shows responsible integration in action.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the core takeaway from this deep dive into the author's view?
I think it's really that tension. The workforce needs AI skills urgently, but some parts of education are hesitant, even fearful.
And the argument is strongly for finding that balance.
Yes. Balanced policies seem crucial if we're actually going to prepare students for what's coming, for what's already here in many ways.
Which leads to a final thought for everyone listening. Think about your own skills, the ones you have, the ones you're building. How could understanding AI, using it ethically, actually boost your path? Where could it open doors?
It's about looking at your own learning, your own work.
Yeah, what parts could AI reshape positively? Considering both the potential and, like the author stresses, that need for responsible use.
Definitely something to chew on as we all navigate this AI frontier.